part 2 we travelled from 10 Mile Junction to Weipa and then north to Pennyfather Beach. After camping there for a few nights we backtracked through Weipa but took the Batavia Road, which cuts out a good chunk of the PDR. This part we will travel along the famous Old Telegraph track, over the Jardine River, up to Sucia, and then finally to the tip of Australia. Okay, the start of the Old Telegraph track. Here we come. Now straight off the bat, it can be challenging straight away. The first crossing you get to, Palm Creek, well, I thought we got to Gunshot straight away. Anyway, our decision was we were going to do all the chicken runs. Not to say that people are having a great time doing all that type of thing. That's great, as you can see on some of this footage. But our mission was just to enjoy it and not to wreck our car in the process. Now, on virtually all of these particular challenging river crossings, etc., there's always an alternative way of getting through. They're the chicken runs. Now we were quite happy with the chicken runs. They were challenging enough as it is. Sure on what this track was going to be like. So the first one, Palm Creek, was the challenge straight up, and that's just the first one you get to. Now this guy we came across a few times during this track, and he's pulling a pop-up caravan. I mean, wow. So here's an old telegraph post, still intact.
I have no idea where the street is.
we're at
Dalhanty
River. And the falls are right behind us. I think you can see it behind us. And it's pretty awesome. The only ones in here at the moment. Cool water, but fantastically sitting because it's so humid. Mostly cloudy sky. The sun only peeks through every now and then, which is a bit of a problem with our solar panel. But yeah, but it creates a very sticky humidity. So I reckon the thing to do is to be at some water source at camp, so you can come in on the water and enjoy some sort of relief from the humidity. Wouldn't you agree, Julie?
Yep, I agree.
Windy roads coming out of Dalhanty River.
Okay, go straight now.
So because we had no way of knowing what this track was like, and knowing a little bit about how infamous the Gunshot crossing is, we thought, no, let's just do the bypass. So it's quite a way out and it's a rough and bumpy road, but we wanted to go and see Gunshot anyway, so we doubled back and had a look at it. This is famous Gunshot. Nobody's here except us. It's a bit quiet. There's one party just gone through. One guy with his camper trailer, pop top. Full marks to him. Now, having a look at it, we could have done the chicken route and that would have been fine. And you'll see this guy here actually used the chicken route that we would have used. It's over to the far east side, and you can do a bit of a dog leg around and come along the river, and that's what we could have done. But there's no way that I can't imagine anybody being able to get out of the climb without having been winched out, as you can see here. This is Cockatoo crossing, and in many ways this was more concerning to me than any of the others, in that there was big potholes. The ground was a rocky shelf surface, so that was okay, but very large potholes. You could almost lose your whole car in. But generally you just head straight through. Definitely go out and plan your attack, and have a spotter ready like Julie is doing.
We're going to have to turn hard.
And towards the middle there's a flat shelf where I just turned a little to the right and then did a dog leg to the left. But once again, you go out, plan your attack, you should be right, and definitely have a spotter.
Oh, that's nice.
This is Fendog. Walking a heck of a long way right down to Tasmania. We're up in the Cape. So I don't know how far that is.
So we're just on the north side of the southern part of the Telegraph track. So you've got Bramble Junction down there that's about 120 odd k's away, and Palm Creek's the right at the end, and then just up that way about probably 5 kilometres is the start of the south. And you've got a little of the PDR, and then you've got the start of the north side of the track.
Right, so that's where we are, but he still has to get right out of the southern tip of Tasmania, which where we've been.
Yep.
We've done the coastal hike there.
Yeah.
Which is,
Well,
if you're able to do that.
I've spoken to the Huonvale people down there. I'm actually going to bush bash. They're going to let me bush bash from the most southern beach where that track ends, 6 kilometres down to the most southern tip, and I'll go, beep, beep, thank you very much.
Well, this is Matt, and he's walking for
mental health and suicide awareness.
mental health and suicide awareness, which is a good thing. We're acutely aware of it.
Yeah,
So well done, Matt.
thank you very much. That
stuff.
affects absolutely everyone.
Certainly does.
What state of it?
We might buy one. There's a few. This is Cockatoo Creek, where we stopped for our second night. We only stopped 2 nights. One was at Dalhanty River, and this one, which you can comfortably do the whole track in 2 nights. A bit of bone of contention to me all the time in forward driving is that it's very rare that you have to go full bore, open throttle at any obstacle challenge. Really, it's just ridiculous most of the time to do that approach on anything. Sure, you need momentum, but there's a difference between momentum and wrecking the track, wrecking your car. So virtually all the time that I've been anywhere over Simpson Desert or this one, it's just put it into low range, second gear, and pick your line carefully. Put lockers in if you've got them, and obviously lower tyre pressures, and just let the car do its thing. No need to wreck the track any more than it is.
Oh dear. Looks terrible.
Yeah, so you're going to have to get out and pretty dumb not to have a look.
Go that way a little bit. Go that way.
We got to Nolan's Brook, which is virtually the last main obstacle or challenge on this track, and then most people turn off before they get to Jardine River because you can't cross, or they certainly don't want you to cross at the end of the track. You're better off turn off just after here and get back into the PDR. At Nolan's Brook, it's all a great show that happens. Half the cars come unstuck, get stuck in the middle and become bathtubs. We had good intel when we were there. We lowered our pressures down to 15 psi, something like that. And once again, we did the easiest route. This particular way at the time I stuck to the left-hand side very closely, and just kept crawling through once again. Low range, second gear, and just kept the momentum going. And found it no problem whatsoever.
Not only do you get a ticket to get across the Jardine River, you get an entertainment show as well. we get entertainment as well.
That's good.
That's excellent.
You're a strong man I ever seen.
Yeah?
You're a good man.
We're supposed to be up in Western Australia actually, but because of COVID we decided to come up
That's
here.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Now you can stay in now if you want. Just record and the cover will go from that bloody thing. Yeah? All right. I'll catch you later.
See you, buddy.
To the tip. We have made it to the tip of Australia, not the rubbish tip. Although there was a lot of